Hey, and man, this weather's been really dang cold, man. It's like I don't know, man. It just feels late in the year, man. It's still just seeing weather's just strange. It's real cold, which is kind of a good thing in a way. You know what I'm saying? But because you can work out more when it's cold, without getting overly heat exhausted. But it is dang freezing out here, dude. And it seems like normally, man, it'd be hot by now, but wonder if it's from. Wonder what's the cause, man. Is it natural? Probably not. Uh, is it from overpopulation? Uh, I mean, that's what they say, but you know what I'm saying. That doesn't mean I believe everything that I hear. You know what I'm saying. I actually, how does the saying go? Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. So it's cold out here. And, I believe that, because it is pretty chilly out here for being, this far into spring. Uh, but here is topics that are legit ski. We got, I know that cooler climate, Earth climate, global temperature comes from volcanoes. You know what I'm saying? Because the particuli, the dust particle in the air, reflects back the sunlight out into space. So that could cool the whole planet down just a few degrees. The whole planet is a great effect on the entire globe, man. Because I mean, you got to think those tropical places, they depend on their hot, wet climate in order to maintain that particular ecosystem. So that's a legit, that's factual cause. And is that man made that there's volcanic activity? It's very possible with all this fracking. Plus, if you watch Holes in Heaven, it's about the harp. That is not HRP. That's H period. No, wait, capital H period, capital A period, capital A period, capital R period, capital P period. That's the heart machine. And it shows that you can send a beam into a fault line, and the kinetic energy from this electricity stimulates the fault line to where you have seismic activity, which is earthquake activity for the people who don't understand what seismic means. So, heart machine is a definite possibility. And now that each nation has its own heart machine and they can engage in these covert wars, because who can tell if it's being harped or if it's just natural? We don't really know. Then here's our other one: is the aluminum barium oxide nanoparticles being sprayed up into the atmosphere. Uh, and supposedly that blocks out sun, or at least changes the air quality altogether. That can change the whole environment of the world, of the earth. And then you seen that big old fervor they had about, oh my god, global warming, and now all of a sudden it's freezing out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so did you guys try to did Al Gore, bust out his magic wand and, you know what I'm saying, and do and invoke some kind of ancient you know invocation, you know what I'm saying, from Satan to change the atmosphere, that he could have his global carbon tax for global warming, and now it's cool. So now they're gonna probably try to charge us for global cooling. It's, oh man, it's you're doing it, man. Oh man, it's because you didn't take your microchip, so the Earth is getting cold now. Basically, I mean, this is kind of the superstitious. Some of the stuff that they say geopolitically is just superstition. Uh, like, it's the methane gas from people breaking wind that is causing this global cooling. No, actually, according to your previous research from the last 5, 8 years ago, it was, you were saying this was causing heating, and now it's all freezing out. So I'm just saying, these people send out these mixed messages. They don't know their head from their arse. You know what I'm saying? when it comes to a lot of this stuff that they're talking about, and it's a natural phenomenon. Like when Mary Shelley wrote uh, Frankenstein's monster, there was a global cooling time period where there was like no summers for a few years because something happened where there was just an earth change. And I mean, these things are normal basically, but they try to generate fear through people's ignorance on that these are normal, and make it seem like it's just now because we need these laws passed, or it's going to be Armageddon. This is the energy they use to generate a seismic activity in the consciousness of man. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't always a good thing. Just like HARP, you send these beams and you stimulate the fault line, and then it causes an earthquake. Same thing. You can seed people's minds with all these lies, and it can generate a harsh reaction to things that it's like basically you can blame someone who's innocent, but you can attribute these things that are going on to something like a boogeyman scarecrow argument. But there are people that are not boogeymen and scarecrows. They're real people, but they fit into that scarecrow profile that you made up. And then so everyone starts attacking them when they're in all actuality are innocent of any guilt of whatever this dilemma is. And this is how they've been doing this. And I'll I'm gonna look at all the everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like anything you blame on people. Well, I'm gonna attribute that to Agenda 21 and its lies. Uh, and the seismic activity. I mean, even though I know it's prophetic and it said these things were to happen, but then you see that they can actually manipulate these things with electromagnetic weapons. Like Tesla basically said, man, if you give me the right stuff, the right machine, and I can generate the right frequency resonance with this electrical field, he goes, I can crack the earth in half. And if I seen the other day, there was a volcanic line where it went almost all the way around the earth in a big ring. You know what I'm saying? So was Tesla just, was he high on bat guano, or was he really understanding some things? Whether he was just smart or he was just had a direct channel to the powers of the Prince of the Air and his other his other captains and lieutenants that be in the realm we cannot see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. Now, I look at a lot of these smart people and I'm like, are you really just smart, or is the thing that you're channeling, is that really what's smart? And as crazy as some of this stuff gets and preservationatory it is, you can tell it's not coming from a good place. It's coming from an evil dimension. But yeah, man, this weather's crazy. It's freezing right now. I should be out here in a woman beater fighting off mosquitoes right now, but instead I got on my hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for a corner to hide in to block the chilly wind.